Gary Silverman. I'm past master of Saddleback Laguna 672. I've held all the offices from junior warden up. Came in 2005. I was a master mason in 2006. I was master in 2011. And I was very honored to be the grand chaplain in 2011. I'm sorry, 2015. So it's a big one.
So what was your first exposure to Masonry? Like, how did you find out about Masonry? How did you have a family member or?
Yeah, so I came in as a legacy. I don't know about my grandfather, but I had a lot of cousins that were also Masons all back east. So in 2004, I was at a wedding up in the Bay Area, and a cousin of mine was there who had actually raised my father. I knew he was always gone for Masonic things. He was heavily involved in the shrine, and he died when I was 17. So I never really got to know about Masonry because back then you had to be 21. Now, back east, raising has a different connotation than it does out here. They physically raise the person, but there are multiple people in the lodge that could be doing. So he wasn't the master of the lodge. He was just a member of that lodge, but he physically raised my father. So we're at his daughter's wedding, and I'm saying, by the way, Dad had mentioned Masonry many, many times, but he passed when I was so young. And my cousin said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Yeah, I think I am." They were amazed that as I walked through the door, I had a ear-to-ear smile on my face through the entire degree. It was almost like a homecoming. It was being a legacy. I felt like I was carrying on a tradition. I hope every master would learn to have a group of at least 3 past masters who were sage keepers of the culture of the lodge, who can guide them through the difficult year of being a master. There's no greater honor that a lodge can bestow on anybody than asking that person to be a coach. I mean, the master or the lodge, whomever asked that person to do it, is asking them to mentor not only a future brother, but a potential future officer of that lodge. And it's not our job to teach them anything. As everybody else will tell you, all we're there is to help guide them as to what's out there in Masonry and help them develop their own path, their own journey in the craft. The one thing I find with all new candidates, new visitors, whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're coming that you're looking for, we may or may not meet that need. As I tell people all the time during investigation modules, I said, our job is to align your expectations with our deliverables, and the opposite, your deliverables with our expectations, because it goes both ways. So I hope that we meet what you're looking for. And if we aren't, then there are other lodges, because you know the minute you walk into a lodge, what's the culture of that lodge. And it never takes more than 5 minutes to know whether that's a good fit for you. And there are many other lodges to go to. So if this Masonry is in your blood and it's in your heart, then we'll find a lodge for you. But it may not be ours. But more importantly, when that person comes in, I want them to take the time necessary to appreciate what's going on, what it is we have to offer. So many brothers come through here, and I understand there are many motivations for getting involved, But if your goal is to just be a Master Mason as quick as possible, I'm disappointed, only because why come to a buffet and only eat from the salad bar, right? I mean, there's so much to choose from. Why not take your time and enjoy it? I tell all brothers as they're going through the degrees, and I made this mistake myself. The minute I became a Master Mason, I joined the Scottish Rite and the Shrine immediately and became life members. I've been to maybe 4 Scottish Rite meetings, and I've been to maybe 2 Shrine meetings. Not that they aren't wonderful and they have wonderful things to offer, but my heart is in the Blue Lodge. I live for the Blue Lodge. I love the facilitations. I love doing all these things. I love the coaching. And I just don't have the time to spread myself thinner to the other things. So when a new person comes in, I wish they would take a year from their being a Master Mason to decide if they want to join a concordant body. And then, seek it fully if you can, if we aren't, delivering what it is that you're looking for. But the other thing, most importantly, is take it seriously, but don't take it literally. So many people get into the line for different reasons, different motivations. You may come to Masonry for one desire or for multiple, to become a better man, to be in an organization with bigger goals and opportunities than you have. But the one thing I guarantee you that I found that I never expected was the relationships with the brothers I've gotten to know. When I tell you I was joined at the hip with Eric Hannon, I can't begin to tell you what an influence he was on my life and how much it meant to me. He talked me off the ledge many, many times before I ever became master. But we spoke the same language. And there are lifelong friends that I would never have had the opportunity to have. Candidates that I have now, people that are officers that are going to be future masters of this lodge. I mean, the relationships, the phone conversations, the meet and greets, the dinners, the lunches that we have together, they mean the world to me. Now, granted, mine is a different path, if you will. I'm not married, never been married, don't have children. So the relationships mean a lot to me. And I value all of them for exactly what they bring. My Grand Lodge relationships, the people that I got to be in the Grand family with, we still have reunions. They're very special opportunities. Brothers that I haven't seen in a year, we can be on the phone for 5 minutes after not having talked for a year and be caught up in 2 minutes. I mean, it's amazing. Brothers that have lived and moved away. There are brothers that I still have conversations with every week. That Gene Giordano, who's going to be a master and left because of work reasons and travel reasons. He was a year away from being a master, and he ended up moving. And we still speak every Thursday without fail. I just don't miss those conversations. Yourself, brothers that are also in here, oh my God, I value every single one of them. That's why I'm so emotional at this time. In my Grand Lodge year as chaplain, when Brother Eric was going through his heart transplant, and we set up a fund for him through Grand Lodge. It was my year, and I'll never forget that we set up a video conference with him, and I broke down then too, but it it just touches me. Here was a brother thousands of miles away, and I couldn't be there for him, but I wanted him to know that I was there with him for whatever he needed. It's just, the brothers are everything. Absolutely everything. There is no other organization, no other club, fraternity that does what Masonry does.